The ways to make money in EvE Online are almost as varied as they are on good old Earth. In this guide, we're going to be taking a look at some of the more established methods, such as trading, mining, and completing missions, as well as one or two less obvious examples. We want to inspire you to find new ways to amass wealth, because in EVE's ever-evolving world, opportunities are everywhere. Since demands, tastes, and perceptions are ever shifting, if there's ever an obvious way to make ISK quickly, it doesn't stay that way for long. As such, rather than group money-making activities in terms of how lucrative they are, we've kind of put them in no order at all.
Approaching station.
Ratting, killing pirates that is one of the most popular ways to make ISK, especially for combat pilots. It can be done at all levels, either alone or in groups, and in pretty much any combat-ready ship and any system. Essentially, it's about going to where hostile NPCs hang out and blowing them up. Just head out to a local asteroid field and see how you get on, then move on to more dangerous systems with a better ship when you're feeling confident. The trick is to know the NPC you're up against in any particular system to ensure you use the right combination of weapons, ammo, shields and armor. For example, against Sancha's nation ships, you should aim to deal EM damage while protecting yourself against EM and thermal attack. If you've completed your career missions, you will have already gotten involved in mission running, aka missioning. It's the act of completing missions for NPC agents, always for cash, but also loyalty points, which is a currency specific to each NPC corporation that can be exchanged for special items. To find an agent, just open the agency panel with Alt-M and select one that suits your playstyle and is easily accessible. High-level agents, the ones that pay out the best rewards, will require you to have a good standing with their organization before they hire you, so you may have to work your way up the ladder to get at the good stuff. Trading in EVE is, as you might expect, one of the most fundamental paths to fortune in the game, but also one of the most scalable, demanding, and diverse. You could, for instance, ferry items between stations for profit, or you could take things to the ultimate level by studying prices, having an instinct for local supply and demand, and using a network of haulage pilots, which is a way to make money in itself, to move items on your behalf. Thankfully, the barriers to trade are low. You just need to be able to spot a bargain and transport it where the returns are worthwhile, such as moving ship modules from popular mission hubs to the known centres of trade, such as Jita and Rennes. Mining is the blue-collar work that underpins the whole EVE economy, and the process of extracting minerals is simple. Just lock your mining beams on a rock and extract away, ideally with a friend nearby to transport the ore for processing. What's appealing about mining is that it's probably the easiest career to get into, and the returns are often reliably worthwhile, even for basic ores like Veldspar. There are few better ways to pass an evening than to deploy a dedicated mining barge in a rich asteroid belt with some basic rats and a good book for company. With friends alongside you, it gets even better and safer.
Docking request accepted.
Piracy is the PvP equivalent of ratting, but it doesn't just involve seeking out player ships and destroying them for their rare modules and valuable cargo. Intimidation is also a valid tactic, as many a victim will happily pay a fee to be allowed to not see their precious ship explode. Finding and halting players is much more difficult than with AI pilots, and the returns are by no means assured. But the challenge in outmaneuvering, nullifying, or simply destroying your quarry is hard to beat. Some basic low-level items aside, almost everything in EVE is player-made, which means there is a lot of money to be amassed from manufacturing. If you can source the raw materials cheaply, which may require you to get them yourself, and you have a buyer or market to sell to, all you need is a plan, literally a blueprint from the market or from a mission reward, and the means of production, which can be secured from many station services. Manufacturing itself is a largely passive process, but dovetails nicely with trading and can be a useful and immensely profitable career for those in the right place at the right time.
Autopilot engaged.
Extracting resources from planets is fundamentally the same as mining, but the process couldn't be more different. Rather than focusing on one rock, you deal with several extraction sites across a planet's surface, depending on what it is you intend to produce. Starting by placing the correct command center, you can scan for raw resources from orbit, place extractors and other automated facilities, and collect the process materials the next time you pass by the local customs office. Once your extraction and processing infrastructure is working optimally, it can be a useful sideline to augment your income. There are numerous other hard-coded ways to generate cash, from invention and research, to taking part in faction warfare, PvP-infused mission running, to high-end extraction and manufacturing processes such as moon mining. As you progress from basic mining, trading, ratting and mission running, you'll get the opportunity to try them out. However, you could try something different, more suited to your personality. For example, some creative types design logos and profile art, while others have found a niche as paid news reporters. In-game, many players sell exploration and intelligence data to the highest bidder, but on the other hand, even begging can be lucrative. In short, if there's a perceived need for something, however intangible, you can try to capitalize on it. Among all we've highlighted, there are routes to riches more suited to the new player than the old, others that favour the solo operator to the more organised group, and certainly ones that require more in-the-moment activity than mere semi-conscious oversight. Success, however, isn't just about picking the most lucrative option, but finding the best way to make ISK that works for you and your circumstances, and that you can take the most satisfaction from. As with everything in EvE, enjoyment is its own dividend.